Hi, this is Georgia. I debated on whether I wanted to do this video or not, but I decided I wanted to help others that might be having questions and concerns about COVID-19, whether they get it, what it feels like, what it looks like, how you can get infected, how controversial this thing still is, even though we're in 2021. I went to the doctor to be treated for what I thought was a sinus infection, which is normal for me during this time of the year. I got treated through telehealth. Medicine was forwarded to the pharmacy. I got it. I took the antibiotics, and I felt great the very next day. This happened on a Wednesday. By Friday, I was unable to take a deep breath. All my breaths were really, really shallow. My husband came home and said he wasn't feeling good, and he scheduled for a rapid COVID test, and he went and he got it. What ended up happening is he was positive. He was positive because I was positive. I infected him. I'm a frontline worker. I'm in the mental health services, and so that is where I assume that I got the infection from and brought it home to my spouse. He's also a frontline worker and was out and had been very careful. I had been working from home since March until August, and when I went back out in August is when I got, between August and the early part of October, when I ended up getting the infection. One of the most difficult things I had to do after he found out that he had COVID and I had COVID and was positive was to call my friends that I had recently been out to lunch with. But luckily we were smart enough to eat out at an open air restaurant. We were celebrating my birthday like we always do. We celebrate one another's birthday. But having to make that phone call and tell someone that you care about and that you love that they need to go and get tested because they were exposed to me and I had COVID. I had the typical symptoms: chills, headaches, fevers, not being able to taste or smell. I didn't want to eat, and I spent most of my day in the bed. I did a lot of sleeping, and I ended up being tested on the Tuesday, and by that following Friday, I ended up having to go into urgent care because I couldn't breathe. And it scared me because I knew that that was the thing that I had seen on television that would cause people to die, is not being able to breathe. And so I went to urgent care. And when I got there, they did some tests on me, and they did x-rays, and they did everything, and they gave me some steroid treatment, another round of very strong antibiotics, and sent me home. And I followed all the protocols, and I started to feel better. In about a week or so, I started to feel better. Not normal, just better. I wasn't able to walk up a flight of steps without stopping halfway up and resting. I wasn't able to hold a conversation and laugh at the levels like I used to with my family and friends. But I think the thing that took me down was that I infected my spouse. I went back to work and infected the person that I loved the most. And I had to call my friends that had went out and celebrated my birthday with me. I had to call both of them and inform them that I may have infected them. Luckily, we had eaten at the open air restaurant and they weren't infected, so that was a positive. But it was one of the hardest times in my life, and it was a dark time for me. I got a little depressed and I got scared because nobody knew what was going on. I couldn't get any concrete information, and I'm a black woman, and most researches are done on white males. So I wasn't sure what to expect, and nobody was talking about it. I checked different places. I did hear people trying different home remedies, and even my mom She's from the islands, and she was trying to pump me up with garlic and a bunch of other home remedies to build up my immune. My husband ended up getting it, and he ended up in the hospital, which for most married folks, you know, when you love someone and you take them to the emergency room and you expect them to be treated and to go back home with you, and the doctors tell you, ma'am, no, he has to stay and you have to leave. It broke my heart to drive away and leave my spouse at the hospital. But the one thing I will say that I had that got me through was the love and support of my family and my village and my higher power. All my family and friends, they prayed for us. They prayed my strength, and they prayed his strength, and we were able to get him out of the hospital in 3 days. And the doctors at the hospital were very savvy with the protocols as they were coming out late last year, and helped him, and we both nursed one another back to health. And recently, what encouraged me to do this video was to let you guys know, if you've had COVID, please get the COVID vaccine. Your immune has been compromised, and you don't know if it's back to 100% yet, because something simple as getting tired all the time. Those are some of the symptoms of what we call long hauler disease of COVID. It doesn't have to be that you can't walk or run. It doesn't have to be the severe things, but I get tired. He gets tired. We sometimes still don't have the appetite we used to have. We used to be what I call moderate exercising individuals. We're not able to do that to the level that we used to do it. But we got the vaccine, and because our immune was compromised, we experienced some of the symptoms of headaches, fevers, chills, body aches, not being hungry, and being very tired. Mine lasted for 2 days. His lasted for a day and a half. But if you're able to get the vaccine, please get it. Please continue to call the numbers, check the CDC websites, find out. They're offering them to pharmacies now, and they're hoping to get, into the community and not places where individuals like me won't have access. My husband and I are fortunate enough that we're both veterans, and the VA is where we were able to get it, but everybody's not a veteran. And so please check with your local organizations, check on your local news websites. They're always updating where things are. I happen to live in South Carolina, and I think they do a decent job in letting us know where some of the vaccines are. Some of it is done by word of mouth. So if you know about something, please share it with your friends and your family. The quicker we get vaccinated, hopefully that means the quicker we can return to normal life. Once I get the second dose, I will come back and let you know how that's affected my body. Right now, I am a little tired, and you might can tell it by my voice. I get tired really easily, but I'm here, and I'm here to talk about it. And I am one of the black faces of COVID, and one of the black faces of the vaccine. And I didn't get an extra eye. I didn't grow a mold or anything like that. I am just fine. So please, ma'am, please, sir, please be safe out there. Wear your gloves, wear your double mask, wash your hands. And if you're not normally a glasses wearer, wear goggles, because the vaccine can get in your eyes, because that's a porous, one of the porous parts of your body. So please take care. Bye.